Now it's a season of elections in Tamil Nadu and every political party is out to woo voters, outdo each other as is the norm. On 1st of July, Muka Stalin launched a membership drive called the Orinil Tamil Nadu, under which the DMK sends OTP verification message to mobile phones of those who register for the enrollment. Now on Monday, the Madurai bench of Madras High Court passed an interim order and restrained the DMK from sending OTP verification to interested parties. The bench, which granted an interim injunction, said that this was effective until the issue of right to privacy and data protection were examined in detail. And the reason being the process, which involved collecting personal information including mobile phone numbers and OTP verification messages sent to the phone numbers. The court said, and I quote the court here, data protection of the individuals is an essential element of Article 21 of the Constitution. In the absence of accountability and transparency in the data collected from individuals across the state, it is an issue which needs elaborate analysis. The court observed that data collected could potentially be used by third-party companies, those managing the data for political parties, and therefore evoked serious concerns about privacy. After all, voter data privacy is the kernel of Article 21 of the Constitution. The court said how there is lack of clarity about the method adopted by political parties to collect, process and store data from the public. This needs to be examined closely, as also how the data is stored and processed. Yet another aspect highlighted by the court is whether any force or coercion is employed or not, and directed the DMK to provide details whether informed consent was obtained from the individuals. The court also observed and said it is also to be seen if other smaller or economically challenged political parties will be put in a disadvantageous position, and will it disturb the level playing field in the election, thereby impacting Article 14 of the Constitution. The matter, of course, has been posted for hearing after 2 weeks. Now, there are 2 points, ladies and gentlemen, to this story. One is, of course, the latest, the method to register members. It's all changed over the years, and how parties are now using technology, which, as the court said, in this case involves breach of privacy. And the other is how the DMK this election season seems to be in a great hurry, which puts many question marks over its readiness. Is it really ready? Is it scared of anti-incumbency? Let me go across to the guests. S.S. Sriram, political analyst from Tamil Nadu, is joining us, and Satish Kumar, advocate, Madras High Court. Now, a very warm welcome to both of you. Satish, I want to come to you. Of course, it's an interim injunction. But, you know, the viewers need to understand. I mean, let me tell you in a layman's parlance, as it were, when I go and shop somewhere and they ask me for my phone number, I refuse. I don't know how you're going to misuse it. Why should I give you my phone number? I mean, there is no need. I've come here to shop. You take the bill, take the payment, I go. Now, the court, of course, has raised several questions. I want you to first elaborate on how this is the breach of a fundamental right of a citizen, which is Article 21. Why is it that they are asking me, they are sending me OTP? So, they can only send me OTP if they have my phone number, no, Satish? What is the point?
Sudha, exactly. Good evening to the viewers.
Hi.
Sudha, what the question you are raising is absolutely correct at one point of time, because see, it's generally when we go for some purchase, generally the seller or someone, even the auto wala, sometimes they ask for the OTP, we are giving it, isn't it? So that's happening everywhere. But in this case, when I am offering a service, and for that an OTP he asked, that means I am giving, I am entering into an understanding or maybe a contract by which the OTP can be shared on particular circumstances. But in this case, they are coming forward and they are forcing me to give the OTP, which means that my private data about my privacy, my other details or some other details, there is a probability and possibility more of stealing my data. That's what is the difference. When I'm going to a shop, when offering my own OTP with my own will and wish is different from when I've been forced. When I've been
The Honorable Court has also said whether, they have not said it is, whether any coercion has also been used, you see. But the thing is, we do not know. It's an interim injunction. Let them file a reply and I will come back to you. It's a new method. new technology.
No,
Now everything happens on this, this instrument. I mean, everything. But then very, very relevant questions. But I will come to you, Satish, because this story is about data privacy and how DMK is using this. They will, of course, come back. And Sriram, I want to talk to you about desperate measures in desperate situations. Earlier membership, this membership drive, earlier one would come door to door and say, you want to be a member, or I will become a member of a party. Actually, I have never been, but depending on what good work they have done. Of course, they have highlighted all the work. They are targeting farmers, women, and also students in this. But do you sense a desperation here, Sriram? 77 lakh people they have enrolled already, Sriram. Is there a kind of nervousness that I see in what they are doing?
Absolutely. They have slept for the last 4 years. Nothing has happened. And now they realize the fact that, things are going out of their hands. And this is as you rightly mentioned, desperate attempts lead you to chaos. And this is exactly what DMK is trying to do. And this data collection is definitely for a reason best known to them. I don't think it is only for the sake of welfare schemes and this and that. For whatever reasons best known to them, that they are trying to work on this data, and it is definitely not acceptable today in the technological era. Sharing OTPs can lead to a lot of financial, losses or any sort of, data of an individual. So it is for the convenience of a party that they are trying to put people at risk. I think it's the best thing that the High Court has done by giving it a stay on collecting these data. And as you rightly mentioned, these are nervousness. These are all data collected for motives that is known to them the best than what is at least being projected for.
All right, Satish, also a very relevant question which was brought up by the Honorable Court. They said, now a political party, I am a political party, but the managers who are managing my party, how do we know how are they going to use this data? What is the guarantee? Where is the method? Where is the transparency? How do I know they are not going to mine the data for something else? And we've seen a lot of cases. Don't you think that is very relevant? Don't you think there is a danger?
Very, very
today you are with X, we all know about election strategists. We all know. We don't have to name them. One election strategist is working with them. His team takes all my data. Tomorrow I employ someone else. He takes all my data. He joins my rival party. What is going on, Satish Kumar?
Exactly. Sudha, you are talking about the data collected by them will be used by some other party, a rivalry party or maybe an issue between the parties during the election. I'm not coming to that point at all. It is beyond that. As you rightly said, where it is used by the DMK functionaries in this case, and who the subordinates who are using the party. If at all anyone wants to join a party, he will come of his own will and wish, and he will register himself in the party in the previous occasions, in the previous time and all, when they use a proper application form and all those things. But in this case, there is no application form concept. It's only that they are asking the name, the phone number, then automatically they are taking the data from the phone number, then they are registering themselves using the OTP. That is the case raised by the Honorable High Court in this case. How you are collecting the data, the mode in which it is collected by you, that is questioned, because by sending a simple OTP, I can collect all the data from your mobile, because mobile is a basic tool now what we are using, and that's why even the central government Uday has been made as a party in this case. That has to be seen. And what is the application you are using for it, where these data are stored?
No, very important point, Satish and Sriram. Was consent taken?
Yeah.
Did you ask me?
Exactly.
You just come there and you say your name, your wife name, children name, eligible for voting, then give me your mobile numbers, I send you OTP. Did you even ask me? A lot of people don't even understand. They see a political. So, it is not coercion. Let me say it on screen. It is not at all forcing someone. But it is in a way a kind of a trick, no, Sriram? What do you think? It is. And also they are a ruling party. They are ruling party. If I'm a farmer or a student or a woman who goes, who does, let's say I'm a weaver in Kanchipuram, I would be intimidated. Why have these DMK people come here?
Perfectly. It is absolutely. Most of the people would not even know why this OTP is even asked for. If you go to the villages, if you go to, B city, B smaller cities, that they don't even know the reason why they have to share this OTP. And for all that they can all the government of the day here can even blame the central government for whatever benefits that they will want the number for. All sorts of things are there. So I think it is, as you rightly mentioned, and so was my other panelist, that this is not the way to gather data without a proper science or reasoning or safety of people sharing the data for.
You know, Sriram, let me also say that this may not happen. So I'm just going into the realm of speculation, Sriram. We've seen a lot of political party after they have lost, they analyze and they say, you know, this particular locality, the votes didn't come to us. Why? They analyze like you and I do. After elections, you and I are going to analyze these people en masse, voted for someone else. Now,
Yes.
this can also about disenfranchising voters. It's also about knowing, oh, voting is supposed to be secret. But this in many ways can perhaps prove that I did not vote for you, Sriram.
Absolutely. And you can easily target such voters. Boss, even tomorrow, if I need to go for some scheme, if I need to go and ask for help, I will be clearly said you are the person who did not vote for me, so I'm not going to help you. So any sort of filtering can happen if they know who voted for whom, as you rightly mentioned, which has to be at least secret or sacred and secret as well.
Voter
Voting we consider in
surveillance.
India as sacred.
This is actually what the Honorable Court said was voter surveillance. It is so dangerous, Satish Kumar. This is my fundamental right, Satish. Who I vote for, it's done it in secrecy. I don't tell my family members when they say, I said, sorry, my fundamental right, my lips are sealed. Why should I tell you? Voter surveillance will begin. What do you think? I mean, the Honorable Court really did a brilliant job by saying, we need to know the method to this madness of collecting OTPs. So, I also want to bring to light, Satish, another thing is the Honorable Court also said in this case that the smaller parties are at a disadvantage now.
Sudha,
Yeah, go on.
Sudha, see, I don't want to go much into whether from the political angle collecting data by them, whether used by the political parties. Even the surprising factor here is even a person who is willing to vote for DMK, he himself has on many occasions we got the input that they also hesitate to give the OTP because then to whom I am voting is a private matter. Giving my personal other data and my private data is more dangerous. So that is also highlighted in many cases when the question about OTP is raised. So even one of the judges, before passing the interim order, even the other judge also initially had a small hesitation of passing an order, but after hearing the matter in detail, she also agreed. The other judge also agreed for this because and the interim order was passed. The reason being that one area whether the political party is using it for private purpose and by force, and the political parties are using the government officials saying that your schemes will be stopped and by threatening them getting the data and where the data is getting stored. So in this case it's very shocking and surprising. Even their own cadres, their own people who are willing to vote for DMK in their own area, people are hesitating to give, means you are crossing the borders by using the force and taking the constitutional right of a person, being so that you are a ruling party and also a leading political party in Tamil Nadu. That is absolutely wrong and part of this. This was clearly observed by the Honorable High Court in this matter. And whether infringement is happening for the other smaller parties or the rivalry parties, that is immaterial. And DMK is known for its scientific method of doing. This was even observed during the Sarkaria's issues long back, so long ago, when the allegations were raised against Mr. Karunanidhi. Now they are using the same scientific method even to collect the data. This is highly shocking, and I am very, very happy the Honorable High Court has passed an order stopping this. And
Yeah,
I
that's
hope,
why
going to the-
I wanted to discuss this story, because it's about you and I. It's about our data. It's about mining my data for some disadvantage later by some third, fourth party. I do not know. I'm sitting here today. There are footprints, you know, on the internet. Once you do something, it stays there forever, even if you have deleted it. Sriram, before I let you people go, the last question comes to you, Sriram. What about
The last
smaller
question is-
parties? The smaller parties, don't you think they are at a disadvantage by this? See, if I have this advantage of collecting OTP and doing all this, of course, I'm very rich, I'm very wealthy. But what happens to all the other parties? Is it even a level playing field? Because they've already got my OTP, they already have my data. So you as a smaller party, what are you expected to do? Anyway, there is no level playing field in Indian politics, as it were.
So where is democracy? When democracy, it has to be level playing field for every party, be it big or small. So in this case, the bigger party has a distinct advantage than a smaller party. But more importantly, this data collection is only for the reasons that they have planned for something. And I don't think this data collection is for all the noble cause that they are at least projecting to be. So as you mentioned, the smaller parties stand to lose, and the data being collected is not for the schemes of the state government or for anything else. It is for their best knowledge that how they want to use this data for and what they want to use this data for.
Right. So it's a double-edged sword, huh, Satish? Because, you know, considering that technology is a double-edged sword, it can be misused in a major fashion, but it's also very good for all of us. But don't you think that, you know, with this, which is what has already happened, 77 lakh, they have already enrolled. What happens to that, Satish? Going forward.
Sudha, I recently came, through my source, I got the information. I think DMK is cheating themselves, because they think that they have collected the data from the public. But many people know they even given though they are giving the data, the OTP, whatever it is, under threat and under coercion, whatever it is, they think that they will vote for them. That is the surprising and laughing factor.
That is
because
the beauty.
although they are giving their OTP, they will not going to vote for DMK.
Yeah, that's the
DMK
beauty.
is cheating themselves.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of Indian democracy, Sriram and Satish. You know, it's the
Absolutely.
most brilliant nation. You can go to a poor person and give them sari and a dhoti, but he or she will not vote for you. He or she will only vote for the person he or she is convinced of. That's the greatness of this country.